Good early morning. It's about a little after 6 a.m. on a Wednesday morning in December. I'm not sure the date. I could look it up, but December 10th. There it is. I'm sowing some wheat this morning and been stripping cotton. Hadn't filmed in a couple days. Just it's been busy, but getting things knocked out. So the update. I'm here at Bob's farm. It's a little out of the way, and so that's why I'm coming here early. My son has early morning basketball practice. Yesterday I came out here early after taking him and got it sowed and filled up with grain and enough to finish this field so I don't have to come out here again. And then I had Emily bring me out here early this morning so I don't have a vehicle. But I should hopefully have everything I need with no trouble. I can get this field finished and move to the next one where my truck is. We dropped it off. So wheat sowing is picking up, ramping up. Got to get it knocked out real soon. But should be able to because cotton harvest is getting close. I think I'm about 200 acres left. I've got a 100-acre field in Old Glory, and then I'm on the last field in Sagerton. We had a good day yesterday. I think there's around 100 acres left there. Don't think we'll finish there today. It'd be awesome if we could, but I think we'll get close. And then tomorrow we can finish there and maybe get moved to Old Glory. I have no idea what it looks like over there. Sorry to admit that, but I need to go over there and look. I guess I will with the strippers. How about that? So, just things are going well. What did I tell you? What did I show you last? The oil leak on this tractor has been holding steady, so I'm glad I got that knocked out. And then, I had the GPS issue, and that was a crazy deal. Well, it's not totally resolved. I have RTKX now, but where do I need to go? Tower. So I'm not getting a base station signal for some reason, but I am still getting some of this version of RTK, which I think is not as accurate, but it works. Lucky me, the tower closest that I always use was down. That's why it wasn't working. So I figured out what the other tower information was, and I switched to it, and I couldn't get it to load. And so I texted another farmer locally, and he was having some similar issues. He gave me some different numbers to try for towers, and nothing would work. Got a hold of the John Deere guy, and he said, yeah, it turned out that the other tower closest to you is down. So he gave me another number for a tower that's further away, and it's been working. It was a mess. Technology is great when it works, but so it's working. It's working. I'm able to get sowing now, but I spent a lot of time the next day after I plowed the waterway trying to get it going, and I finally got it. So long introduction just to say hello again. I'm here. I haven't disappeared. I'm going to sow wheat. I've got about 66 acres left on this farm, so it'll take me a good 3 hours plus doing the perimeters and move. I'd say give me 4 hours. So it's not quite 6:30. So maybe by 10:30 I can be back to my truck. Let's see if it holds true. All right, track line's on. The oil is real cold in the morning, so those gangs move up and down real slow. So I'm going to give them a little bit of time to get in the ground. I'm right coming up to this rocky part of this field. So I dare even say it, I haven't had any issues with the rocks here yet. But I know it could be coming. It's drier here. I sowed my farm, Ephesians 3:20, and it was wet there. I actually started sowing at my parents' house, and I got into some black spots, and I'm not interested in digging out mud. Go watch cotton planting videos. And so I pivoted and ran to the next farm, my farm, and got it going. It was wet in some spots, but we've had some decent drying days, so I got it done. And then now I'm here, and it just hasn't rained here as much, so it has worked well. I actually like going in the dark because the lights give me good access to seeing my drive lines, make sure they're turning, and then also seeing the discs to see if anything's balled up in front if I have a lockdown disc. Most of the time, the discs that lock down are on the wings for whatever reason. So this will be my view for the next 4 or so hours. Actually, this will be my view. Unless I turn around, then that'll be my view. Or that. You know, you get it. Pulling good here for a little bit. Sun's starting to come up. Just wanted to check. The grain that I'm putting in here now is from this year, and it's got some cotton stalks in it. So I'm looking in these seed cups. That should look like that with nothing. And so what could happen is, like this one here on cue. So that tube is stopped up. I can't really show you. Can you see that? So there's something caught in this tube, and where exactly, you don't know. Right there at the neck. So there's a cotton stalk that was stuck right in there. And so all that seed was not. Okay. So maybe I got that. Maybe I got that out, so just need to check these over occasionally because that cotton stalk gets stuck in there sideways, and then I'll have a skip or multiple skips in the field where a drill was not putting seed out, and I don't want that. And another thing I check are these discs just to make sure there's nothing balled up in front of them, which would indicate that a disc is locked down. Everything looks good from the cab, but like that blockage, there's no way I could tell about that from the cab. I can look at the disc rows, the drill rows, to see if everything looks kind of normal from behind. I can a lot of times see the balling up in front, but still just got to get at it every once in a while. You may say, wow, it's really dark behind me. Maybe that's better. You may say, why didn't you get your wheat seed clean? Get all those stalks out. Well, that's a valid point. I considered it, but decided against it for the cost and convenience of getting it all out of my carts. So I didn't. That would be, I could do that, yes. The other thing is I had shredded stalks on the places I was going to catch wheat on because those are my best crops, and I got hailed on all of it. Everything that I shredded got hailed on. So improvised. Plan B was to go to the only other farm that had enough wheat to catch, and it had cotton stalks. So I was not anticipating that. So yes, I still could have cleaned the seed afterwards, but I didn't. So there's that. It's daylight now. I'm getting closer. Just checking things over again, mostly just for clogged up tubes. You never want your tubes clogged. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it feels good to have clean tubes. No whammies, no whammies. Looks good, doesn't it? Look good. All right, it's gonna be windy today. Not looking forward to stripping in that, but also it means I probably could be stripping almost right now when the wind is higher. Normally the humidity is lower. Let me see. Doesn't matter, I'm gonna keep sowing. Yeah, 45%. So could be sowing, no, could be stripping, but I got stuff I need to do before I do the other stuff I need to do. So let's see what I got here. How many acres? 28.62 acres remaining. So about an hour and a half. I told you 10:30. That put me at, yeah, close to 10 or so, and then I gotta travel. So I think I'm on schedule. What I told you. There's not much to show you other than I'm just going back and forth a lot, and I've started over there. I'm right here, and I'm heading over there. I'll see you when I see you. There's an old, I'm almost done. There's an old deer feeder right here that I'm gonna see. Yeah, I think I can get all this pulled out. Just get it over there. Just out of the way. There. I don't necessarily need to farm that ground, but it's just in the way. Like right now, I can turn around now without that being in the way. So I don't know, that feeder may still be good. It doesn't look damaged, but I know there's nicer ones than those. It's a little after 10:30, so one thing I'm pretty good at is not estimating very well, under or over. So I thought I might be moved by 10:30. Turns out it'll be more like 11-ish. So anyways, this field finished. Okay, got to get this in road gear, cylinder stops, lock the gangs up. I like to get a little acrobatic here. Otherwise, I got to do these. Climb over the tongue while it's unfolded. Walk around, so maybe it's lazy. I still do have to walk around. So these cylinder stops, these are the little white things I lost. All I do is just hold that stop on, which is handy because there's no way to hold that stop on otherwise, you know, from underneath. All right. Last one. Okay, just let that down on the stops. Pull out and go ahead and close the gate so this sweet seed doesn't get out. That's a stupid joke. I did it with cotton too. You didn't call me out, so I used it again. Okay, just let that down onto the stops. Take it out of 4-wheel drive. Flashers on. Time to go. Well, things are going along pretty good here. I'm about to the end. I was about to turn around and fill up with seed, but I just got a call from Dad. He got a call from somebody, texting the water lady, checks all the water meters, that I got a module on fire. Chucks. So I don't mean, that's new to me. I don't guess there's any reason to call the fire department, I guess. So I don't know what to do. I don't. So anyways, must have had a spark or something caught in the builder, but I do need to run over there and make sure that we don't have the module builder close that's going to get hot or fire on it. So anyways, I'll keep you updated on that. Well, there it is. She said it was blowing. I told Dad it was blowing towards the tractor, but it's blowing away. I called the gen manager, and he said, I know you hate to see it burn, but he said, he's been there. He's been there for my entire livelihood, so 30 years. He said he's been able to save one. So, unfortunately, we're just gonna have to watch it burn. Fire department's coming, but I don't want that block of cotton there, because, so I don't know. We'll get them here and they'll tell us what to do, I guess. I mean, there's no telling I mean, it could be, to me, it's like, hey, you know, it's still there. Like the module, like, if we could put it out, but it's smoldering on the inside. I bet once they opened it up, which is maybe what the fire department will do, it'll burst into flames, I guess. Well, fire department showed up and they are gone now because there's nothing to do. It's if it would have been a spot or two, then maybe we could have tried to put it out. Dad said in all his years of farming, he's never had a module burned down. He had one in the corner. I guess he was right there by it and saw a spark or a starting to smolder. He's able to knock the corner off the module and save it. But I tell you this, yeah, I think I told you that Rex, the gen manager, who's been there forever, said they've had saved one in his lifetime. So we're gonna let it burn or smolder for a long time. That we were talking, the fire department guys are saying they've seen people try to bury them and they burn underground. And Dad said he's heard a story of putting like a process bale like in a stock tank, like submerged in water, and they pull it out and it continues to smolder and burn. That's crazy to me that it can stay trapped in there like that. So this place has rocks, but also Dad's house has rocks. Bob's has a ton of rocks. I was hammering on a rock that was stuck at Bob's, and it was sparking a ton, and it made me real nervous. But nothing's happened there, unless they're on a spark trapped at the gin yard. I hope not. So it's just again, Dad's been doing this his whole life, and he's never had one, and I've been doing it for not my whole life, and I get one. So it's a stinker to see it burning down, but I don't know. There's maybe some kind of insurance through the gin for that, but Dad thinks the deductible may be an entire module, so it's like, unless I have another one, there's no claim. I'll have to check on that, but stinker of a deal. But equipment's safe, people are safe, all the other cotton is safe, the cotton in the field, the cotton module next to it. So, but that module is not safe. I'm also thankful that the fire department said, yeah, there's nothing we can do, let it burn, because I don't want a block of charred cotton just sitting in the field for ever and ever. All right, on to something else. To it finally. It's been a slow start. It's almost 4 o'clock. part of it. But I went putting diesel. Hold on, I got a little tight spot here. Put diesel in the 8260. I think I showed you that. Gotta suck it in tight there, boys. And then I was cleaning off the strippers. I had Emily's father-in-law, my father-in-law, Emily's father is here this week, and he went and got me some more diesel, which should finish me stripping and sowing wheat, I believe. It should. And then I just been noticing Dad's been saying that my header seems low, and then today I had it set just right above the ground. This right side was sagging, and so we kind of tinkered with that. There's some adjustment. I think we did it all, but we maybe got a little bit more out of it. This also has a float switch setting, which is supposed to help it kind of float across the ground, but wondering if that is making it worse because I'm not balanced. Maybe that's better for like an 8-row 40 header, you know, like put double extensions on each side. So maybe I'm gonna try it without the float. We tried to raise up this side over here as best we can. There's two like screws in the middle of the header on either side. We have one screwed all the way out and one screwed all the way in. So it's trying to lift up this side. We'll see if that helps. I'm wondering if the float, because we go over some uneven stuff, it rocks too much, and it was also making my gauge wheel get cockeyed, all the things. So we'll see if this helps. There's nothing, we can't do anything else on adjustment on that at this point. So okay, nothing like 4 o'clock start, but we're gonna give it our all. Hope for a good day. Module's still burning down there. Prayers for no more fires. Stay out of the rocks and make good time. The sun is killing me right now. Also, my windshield's really dirty, but trying to get you a peek of this cotton that's burning still. It is burned down quite a bit on this side here. So it's crazy, as windy as it was today, how calm it got in the afternoon. The module over there, you can see the smoke just slowly rising before it was blowing across. So I'll take it, but especially when it's cool, when it's calmer, got to keep these cleaned off. That'll make the engine where it can't suck the air it needs, and it'll start getting hot. A little bit of wind is good for stripping. Keeps things cleaner and cooler. Messier to dump though. Kind of satisfying. Okay, I'm gonna go pull this module off. It should be about done. Maybe as soon as I get over there. And then Dad's stripping the first basket. No, he's stripping the 5th basket for that one down there. I've got the first basket for the next one down here. So we'll get 4 today. That's a pretty, 4 seems to be kind of our baseline in this year's crop, which I'm thankful for that. That's if it was one, if it was one stripper, we'd just be getting 2 done. So we're doubling it. See the math I did there? But the system is working. It has been, I think today is day 14 of actually stripping. So it's gone along pretty fast, I think. There's been years that felt like it dragged on for months, and it probably did with because my best cotton crop I've stripped would have been in 22, 21, 20, whichever way. It was not last year. This is 25. It wasn't 24. It was 22. It was 22. We just had Dad's stripper, and it made a little bit better than this. and we did it all with one stripper. I don't know how long that took, but it took a while. So I'm thankful that this is going well. Thankful that Dad's helping. I need to start thinking about my boys, or Emily, learn how to run a stripper. Yes, a round baler would be awesome. It would be great. I could do it myself and get a lot knocked out. But I'm gonna be at the, Cotton Acres is gonna be at a limit at some point on how much we can get done. Because he may not always want to do this. And and how much can I do by myself without taking forever? So I'm thinking about all that, picking up some ground. I'm thankful for that, but also trying to decide, can I put it all in cotton like I rotate it like I do with everything else? The weed is not a problem. Planting the cotton is not a problem. It is the harvest of cotton, which makes the most money, but it's the most time consuming. So I gotta think through that. Should I try another crop to rotate in? Milo would be a great option, but pigs are a big issue. I also don't have a combine, so pay a lot to a combiner for wheat already. Now you add Milo in, that's a big expense. I could buy a combine at some point, but then there's a labor issue. You tell me if you got any good ideas. Milo, sesame, we've done those two things. What else would fit in my rotation here in West Texas? Let me know. Don't let this hit you on the head. Got some pressure on it. Gunshot. I've been real nervous about rocks since, the fire of 2025. So I just got a rock at the very end and I couldn't find it because it popped out immediately, which happens sometimes. But I get outside and it smells like smoke everywhere, like burning cotton. I hadn't smelt that all day, so I'm thinking, oh gosh, I've got another fire starting in my basket now. But with the wind dying down, the wind may have shifted, or there's a temperature inversion or something. I think the smoke, which is just right over there, is now kind of coming this way. At least that's what I'm hoping. Dad's Dad's farmed for almost 50 years. I mean, he grew up, but he came back in like 78. So almost 50 years Dad's been farming and never lost a module. Now, there was trailers before that, but so the chances are we won't have another one. But you never know. There's always possibility. So I'm just a little bit shy, just praying a lot, hoping that I don't have any more fires. But anyways, that's dump number 3. Dad's coming back with 4. I'll go 3 down the other way. So we're getting these last ones close to finish. Just had another rock. I don't know what's going on. It's rough right now. This thing. Then we get spark. Then we get module fire. I'm not interested in that. So, it's just, yeah, there's a washout right here. I didn't see it. And I'm not, I'll show you in a second. Hold on. I know, I forgot to put the parking brake on. Okay. Enough noise out of you. I'm not driving where Dad drives. Dad's driving where we drive the tractors, or at least that one. So mine's a little rougher. Alright, no more whammies. Nobody got time for that. What I was gonna tell you this cotton was surprising us. Let me get going. It's not as good right here at the moment, but it's pretty decent. But this field so far seems to be maybe the best. And I'm down a module, but I'm surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised. There are some skippy spots. I got some CP ground that doesn't grow anything, but even despite that, it seems to be doing pretty good. All right, last basket here. Nice full. Get this pack down, pull off, and call it a day on this one. Dad is driving down empty, just the way we got these builders set up. His 5th basket would be, if he stripped down here, he'd have to drive empty one way or the other. So he's gonna drive empty, strip back, and dump 5 down there, and that'll be done. And so I'll take care of this one, he'll take care of that one, and we'll be done for the night. So I'll put it on time lapse so you can watch this trump, because that's exhilarating, I know. But I'm gonna end the video, and yeah, it was an interesting day. We got a lot of wheat sowed, and then lost a module to the fire, which is a stinker, but thankful that equipment is safe, people are safe, and there'll be other cotton to be had, you know, so we'll find out about if that's going to affect insurance or if any of that stuff. That'll be down the road, but everybody's safe, equipment's safe. Pray that it continue to be that way. Pray for no more fires and just general safety, because we're almost done. So thanks for watching. If you're gonna farm it.